Hey guys, it's Drac, and buckle up because today's video is long, but it's very important to me, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying making it. So, for those of you that might not be super duper aware, this is my primary. I call it Bloodborne for the very specific reason that it has all bloodwood, exotic hardwood finishings, which is really, really nice. It's obviously made entirely of clear PVC, which starts getting expensive when you do T-caps and this and the like. And then there's all black stainless steel hardware. It has a lathed aluminum plunger head and then a full Delrin rod, which is also black. So everything matches. It's black hardware with clear PVC and then bloodwood fittings, and it's just a ferocious primary. I would like to tentatively say that it's one of the nicest homemades ever to be produced, and of course I didn't make this myself. My very good friend Nerfomania made this for me, and he made it for me about 2 years ago, so the bloodwood has had time to age under its lacquer, and it's just absolutely gorgeous that the bloodwood has almost like deepened in color over time, which is really, really cool. Now it's a ferocious primary. It operates on a rainbow style catch, so it's super comfortable to use. It achieves full compression of a K26 and is just absolutely terrifying. And as beautiful as it is, it's also incredibly durable. Nobody knows better than Nerfomania just how hard I am on my primaries, because this is the third homemade primary that he's made for me, and I've basically destroyed the other two just between all of the rolls and dropping and everything that I've done to these. It's incredible that he continues to make me things, to be completely honest, because I am not kind to his creations, but he is very kind to me and made this. It served me very, very well, and it served me so well, and he likes it so much because it's really just a masterpiece, that he mentioned to me that I ought to have a pistol to match it, and that he was tinkering with some PVC dye and teaching himself some new stuff, and whenever we felt like it, we should make a companion pistol to the Bloodborne, and I was like, sure, that sounds like a great idea. And so we hashed it out, and over the course of the last 3 months or so, he's been putting this together for me. So I'm going to set this aside and show you this. Now, I'll begin with the box. He made the box from scratch, which is insane. It's not a bloodwood box because bloodwood is way too hard to work with and way too expensive, so it's a lighter wood. But he made the box, then he stained it similar, so even though it isn't bloodwood, which you can tell from the grain, it has beautiful grain definition, and it's dyed so that it's very dark and kind of a deep red color. I want to say he used like a red mahogany stain, but I don't know enough about that to speak to it. And then he burned Drac into here so that nobody will accidentally walk off with it, which is awesome. Here you can see that he's used brass for the hinges, and he used black hardware, of course. This is a cabinet handle for me to tote it around with, and then this is a window lock because it's just ultra secure. It's not going anywhere, and the nature of the box and how it's been assembled makes it very, very durable. If this fell out of my car, God forbid, it would be absolutely okay. The box might not be 100% okay, but what's inside is what counts. So I'm going to open it up, and you can see that the custom stuff on the box doesn't end on the outside. The inside is also stained, and then it's been felt lined, and then pieces of hard foam have been felt coated and seated into the box, and that's obvious now what they're for. It's to hold the pistol here, and this holds the speed loader in. But I want to talk about the pistol, and Nam has just frankly outdone himself yet again. When he made this for me, I thought that there was no way anybody could make a nicer homemade. Well, it turns out that you always have room to improve, and Nam has proved that yet again. So this time he used a high polish for polycarbonate to make the spacers himself. For the plunger head, the plunger rod is ultra polished aluminum rod, which has been rounded at the back to match this nylon, and then of course we have the same black stainless steel finishing and hardware. He has started making his own polycarbonate triggers, which again are highly polished, very nice, and the side brackets are the same, so everything there makes sense. And then of course he used actually the remnants of the original bloodwood plank from the Bloodborne to make the hardware here, and then he's burned my Fang signature into it, similar to how he did the box, which is just incredible, and all the little touches make this just so very, very special for me. And I'm blown away by the amount of time that he puts into the things that he works on for me, and it just it's very, very touching. I'm hoping that I'm not coming across as emotional on this video, but it's just, it blows me away. Every time he makes me something new, it's just absolutely peerless work. And anyway, so he also used a new red stain for the clear PVC, which gives it, and if I put this in the light, it really plays off nicely with the polished aluminum behind it, and the clear transparency is great. And then he dyed the coupler red as well. Now, the speed loader, I want to say, is 6 inches each side, has an orange wrap for safety, has been hot glue filled for durability, and is PVC with our clear, we use clear CPVC seated inside as the actual barrel material. So I'm going to prime it. It's a heavy prime for me because this almost exceeds full compression. So there we go, and you can see just how tight that is. There's so much power in here. And then firing is a pretty beautiful experience. I'm not going to lie. It gets performance that matches its looks, which is exactly what Nam's work has always done, because that's just kind of how he is. If it doesn't perform well, there's no sense in making it look good, and he shares that vision of mine, and so we both feel very strongly about that in terms of the blasters that we make. But he also named this one for me. We named it together, I guess. He never would have come up with Drusilla on its own, but I've named this blaster Drusilla, and so he also put another plate of brass in here with that etched into it. So the blaster has a name, the blaster has a box, and it just fits in here so snugly. It's awesome. I love toting it to wars. I'll probably bring it everywhere I go when I travel to wars, just because it's such a perfect example of what homemades should and can look like if you're willing to sink the sheer level of craftsmanship and expertise that Nam is into them. So I wanted to make this video showing off my new sidearm because it's a Nerf channel and I have a beautiful new sidearm to show off, but I also just wanted to make this video thanking Nam for the above and beyond level that he goes to on the blasters that he makes for me, because I don't do a lot with homemades. I've made one terrible snap in my life, and while I've no doubt that I could make something like this, there's just no competing with Nam's craftsmanship. A lot of people want to claim that they are excellent homemade makers. The difference between Nam and other people who claim that they're the best homemade makers is that Nam would never make a claim like that himself. Nam just thinks that he's a guy who makes things for his friends, and he's basically equipped half of the Southeast NIC at this point, and frankly, I'll say it for him, Nam makes the nicest homemades in the nerfing community, period, hands down. Captain Slug is retired, and he was the only person that came close. So that's my review, not even a review, that's just my show-off video of Nam's craftsmanship on the Drusilla pistol. It also kind of covers more in depth my Bloodborne primary, and if you ever see me on an NIC field, you better be looking out for both of these because they're just as deadly as they are beautiful. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy your week.